This week on TechRap, send Instagram photos and videos to a select group of friends with Instagram Direct. The Nexus 5 and PlayStation 4 officially go on sale in the Philippines. And we rank our top 10 favorite smartphones of 2013.
Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and this is TechRap, your weekly source for tech news, gadget reviews, app recommendations, and social media tips. It happened sooner than we thought. Our favorite mobile photo sharing platform took a big step into the future this week with the launch of a new service called Instagram Direct. The update, now available on iOS and Android, gives users the ability to send photos and videos to as many as 15 contacts at a time. Now, when you upload an image to Instagram, you get the option to send to your followers or directly to specific contacts. Users get a new inbox. That's where your private photos or video messages are sent. You can only send messages to people you follow. But don't worry, if someone isn't following you, they will still get your photo in the form of a friend request. Users can swipe between your inbox and your feed. Question is, what will happen to private photo sharing service Snapchat? And will you start using Instagram to send photos, or will you stick to your favorite multi-platform messaging app? Let us know using the hashtag TechRap. Possibly meant to preempt the Instagram announcement, Twitter updates its iOS and Android apps this week, bringing some new nifty features to the popular microblogging service. Direct messaging gets a major upgrade. For the first time ever, users can now send and view photos via DM. Access to direct messages is also now easier. A dedicated messaging button is on the top navbar on Android and on the bottom navbar on iOS for one-tap access to your messages. The update also brings touch gestures to Twitter app, just like the new Instagram update. You can now swipe between Home, Discover, and Activity timelines. Phones shipping with vanilla Android are getting more and more popular. Earlier this year, both the Samsung Galaxy S4 and the HTC One went on sale on the Google Play Store. This week, the LG GPAD 8.3 and the Sony Xperia Z Ultra also debuted on the Play Store. Sony drops Xperia from the Google Play version of the device. Most smartphone manufacturers add a layer of customizations to the Android user interface that ships on their smartphones. Samsung, for example, ships with TouchWiz, while HTC's is called Sense. But these devices, the ones available on Google Play, run stock Android without the customization. All devices are only available in the US for now.
Smart Telecom brings the Nexus 5 to the Philippines, free on the LTE Surf 2000 plan with a lock-in period of 30 months and 22,500 pesos contract-free. Made by LG, the Nexus 5 is Google's latest flagship smartphone and runs on Android 4.4 KitKat.
Viber launches a new service called Viber Out, further distinguishing itself from mobile messaging competitors WhatsApp and Line. The service launched first in the Philippines and made temporarily free during Typhoon Haiyan, lets users place calls to cell phones and landlines worldwide at a fraction of standard international calling rates. Skype has a similar feature, but Viber's rates are much cheaper. Viber Out is available on Viber for iOS and Android, and Viber for desktop. To use the service, users will need to buy credits using a credit card or an in-app purchase. To do so, go to More, Viber Out, and then Buy Credit. Once credits are purchased, you can just dial the desired number.
Mark your calendars, the PlayStation 4 is officially coming to the Philippines on January 14, 2014. The console will go on sale for 24,999 pesos with optional Killzone Shadowfall and the Battlefield 4 bundles. Pre-orders require 50% down payment at participating Sony centers across the country.
With the year winding down, over the next few weeks, we'll look back at our favorite devices of 2013. Smartphones were the gadgets we love the most, and here on TechRap, we had the opportunity to review a lot of them. Here are TechRap's top 10 smartphones of 2013.
2013 was a great year for smartphones. They came in all shapes, sizes, colors, and operating systems. Some looked prettier than others, some performed better, and some took amazing photos. We loved them all, but if we could only pick 10, these would be our favorites. It didn't get as much press as its sibling the Moto X, but the $179 Moto G should not go unnoticed. Thicker and heavier, but almost identical in form factor to the Moto X. The Moto G comes with the most basic of specs, a 5-megapixel camera, 1GB of RAM, and a quad-core Snapdragon processor. Its backplates are removable, but it's cosmetic more than anything else. The battery is non-removable, there are no provisions for expandable memory, and no LTE support, but it's still pretty impressive for its price point. Definitely the best budget smartphone of the bunch. Earlier this year, we took the Sony Xperia Z swimming with us and were blown away. This phone really paved the way for a class of dust and water-resistant smartphones. Our biggest complaint, however, was that the Xperia Z had a bad camera. That's why at IFA 2013 in Berlin, we were thrilled to see that Sony had addressed the issue with the release of the Xperia Z1. The successor to the Xperia Z ships with a 20-megapixel camera and a larger 1x2.3-inch sensor. We weren't fans of the new aluminum chassis compared to the softer rubber edges of the Z, but overall, it is the prettiest water-resistant smartphone out there, and without a doubt, the most powerful. Reminiscent of the iPhone 5 in terms of form factor, the Knight from local manufacturer Starmobile comes with an impressive spec sheet that includes a quad-core processor and an 18-megapixel camera. The Knight is also one of the first dual-SIM phones that support both standard size and micro SIMs. We used the phone as our main smartphone for a month and would highly recommend it to the more budget-conscious. Performance was okay, and photos were satisfactory. Our only complaint would be the lack of LTE support, and its paltry 4GB of internal memory. No competition here, the Starmobile Knight is the best smartphone from a Philippine manufacturer. Aesthetics-wise, we love the HTC One's full metal body, understated yet elegant. Carved from a single block of aluminum and with diamond-cut chamfered edges, the curved back of the phone is an ergonomic wonder. The dual frontal speakers and boom sound were a great addition, and the ultra-pixel camera an innovative concept. HTC was right on track, focusing on larger pixels, and because of this gets the award for best low-light camera to date. But because it only serves up 4-megapixel images, we were left wanting. But we found, as we did with the iPhone, that aesthetics plays a big part in overall experience, and as such, the most beautiful Android phone of 2013 is also one of our favorites. Because it's made by Korean manufacturer LG, the same company behind the successful G2, it wasn't really a surprise that Google's flagship, the Nexus 5, would be a success. Apart from a camera that needs some work, but thankfully can be fixed with software tweaks, and its non-user replaceable battery, there really isn't anything else we don't like about the Nexus 5. It runs off a completely unadulterated version of Android, the latest version in fact, and at $349 for the 16GB model, this deal is unbeatable. We give the Nexus 5 the award for Best Mid-Range Smartphone. On the outside, there really isn't much different between the iPhone 5 and its successor, the iPhone 5S. But this two-year design still stands out in a sea of smartphones. Its aluminum unibody is still the gold standard. No one comes close. This year's refresh comes with a nifty fingerprint scanner that unlocks the phone and a faster processor, but its camera is the most notable update. The 5S comes with a larger image sensor that accommodates larger pixels, producing great photos even in low light. While the iPhone looks, feels, and performs like a premium phone, it also comes with a premium price tag and still suffers from poor battery life. Power, amazing camera, great battery life. The Samsung Galaxy Note 3 has it all. Announced at IFA in Berlin last October, the Note 3 is one of the most powerful smartphones of 2013. The first to come with a whopping 3GB of RAM. It is also the first smartphone camera that can shoot 4K video. And if its massive 3200 mAh battery is not enough, like most of the Galaxy smartphones, you can pop in a new battery. The Note 3 is the first Galaxy smartphone to come with a faux leather back, which improves the biggest complaint about the Galaxy S4's build quality. It also comes with an S Pen, a Wacom certified stylus for taking notes and drawing. The Note 3 is our best phablet for 2013. Merely a rumor, for most of 2013, the Nokia Lumia 1020 is an engineering marvel that was well worth the wait. In the form factor of a standard smartphone fits a 41-megapixel PureView Zeiss lens and an imaging sensor that is slightly larger than other phones in its class. The results are amazing photos that are rich in contrast and vibrance. Its f2.2 lens also produces creamy bokeh that gives photos a cinematic feel, shots worthy of a full-size DSLR. Hands down, the Lumia 1020 has the best camera in a smartphone this year and is also the best Windows phone. Tied for best all-around smartphone are the Samsung Galaxy S4 and the LG G2. Combining high performance and great battery life, the LG G2 is one of a few phones of 2013 to run on Qualcomm's Snapdragon 800 processor and has one of the best cameras in an Android smartphone today. We love the thin bezel, glossy high-res screen, and the innovative double-tap gesture for turning the display on and off. Cons were the oddly placed volume rocker, the on-screen front touch buttons, and the messy user interface. We also didn't like that you couldn't replace the battery or add additional storage. But if you're looking for an all-around performer, only one other phone comes close this 2013. Our other best phone, the Samsung Galaxy S4. Factor in its first quarter 2013 release date, and it's quite impressive that the S4 is still at the top of its game 11 months after its release. The most anticipated phone this year did not disappoint, with arguably the best form factor, perfect balance between screen size and weight, a brilliant Super AMOLED screen, and a camera that consistently was one of TechRap's smartphone camera shootout winners. While some of the new software features of the S4 were more novelty than practical, and its plasticky build a bit on the cheap side, this smartphone outperforms and outshoots almost every phone in its class.
And that was TechRap. For news and updates, don't forget, follow Rappler.com on social media, join our conversations online, and if you're looking for old or new episodes, all you have to do is log on to our website. The URL is Rappler.com/TechRap. That's all for this week, folks. I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.